The sole survivor of a horror crash that killed 7 people in Taranaki has apologised after admitting she and her partner, who was driving, were wasted on synthetic cannabis. Nohinohi also lost her 2 children and partner as a result of the crash on June 27th last year. She spoke at an inquest in Wanganui today alongside those who witnessed the crash and the son of an elderly couple who were killed. Lee Marama McLaughlin was there.
The last thing Nohinohi remembers after the crash is buying synthetic cannabis in Hawera and watching her 8-year-old daughter Nivek Madams play at the park outside the dealers. She says she and her partner Jeremy Thompson smoked the drug there before driving south. Soon after, the police say Mr Thompson crossed the centre line and hit an oncoming blue Nissan. He and his baby Shady died at the scene, and the next day Nivek died too. Nohinohi was rushed to intensive care in Wellington. The crash killed everyone in the other car, including married couple Rosalie and Ian Porteous, his sister Aura Keane and their mate Brenda Williams, all in their 70s and 80s. Mr and Mrs Porteous' son Logan today got his chance to address Ms Nohinohi.
Do you believe that if you had not got into the car that morning, that the crash would not have occurred?
Yes. I reckon if we didn't get in that vehicle that morning, it wouldn't have happened.
And you were completely aware of the state that Jeremy Thompson was in?
Not, well, I was wasted myself. I get wasted off a couple but I didn't even know where, yeah.
Do you have any realisation at all of the impact of this on our family?
Of course.
Yeah. Is there anything you would like to say to our family?
Excuse me.
Thank you.
Almost a year later, today Coroner Tim Scott held an inquest in the Wanganui District Court. The court heard how Ms Nohinohi and Mr Thompson had smoked synthetic cannabis several times throughout the morning. A drive-through worker at McDonald's in Hawera, Alyssa Gilbert, says Mr Thompson was slurring his words and she saw them smoking what looked like cannabis in a pipe in the car. Ms Gilbert was a no-show at the hearing today, so police read her statement.
As the driver drove off to pick up his order, I made a comment to Yvette Robinson, who was the senior manager at the time. I told Yvette that the male and female in the vehicle were way gone. What I meant was that they were wasted and under the influence of drugs.
Within half an hour, they crashed near Waverley. Christine O'Byrne was travelling behind the blue Nissan carrying the 4 elderly passengers when it was struck off the road. She says that everything fell silent immediately after impact, and it quickly became apparent that children were involved.
I'm not sure if when the baby capsule was taken out of the car, if it was man or a woman. I just had my daughter-in-law on the phone and and it's like, oh my God, there's a baby.
Today, Ms Nohinohi wore a black t-shirt with an image of her dead children on the back and wiped back tears all morning. The crash put her in intensive care and she missed the tangi of her partner and 2 children. She suffers from a brain injury and is on medication for pain. Ms Nohinohi wouldn't say so herself, but in a statement read out by her daughter's godmother, Joy Clark, she apologised and said she had made poor choices. Ms Clark spoke afterwards.
It's very difficult for her to express herself because she has a moderate brain injury, and I know how much regret that Arnie has over this. There's not a day she doesn't think about all the people that died.
Outside, Logan Porteous says he's been numb since his parents died and he didn't think Ms Nohinohi accepted enough fault. But he says he got some closure and now he wants to see tougher laws to stop drug driving.
We need our police to have the resources to keep our roads safe and get our road toll down. It's not our roads causing our road toll as much as the drivers. We will, as a family, fight for this in the name of the innocent people who were killed in this accident as a result of a driver under the influence of drugs.
The coroner will make his decision in writing at a later date. In Wanganui for Checkpoint, I'm Lee Marama McLaughlin.